Vandeyam Sri Guru Shiyata Parakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishkam Vitam Sya Om Ajnana Timaranda Shya Gyanajana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militamina Tasma Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhishtam Supurakam Garganara Sesha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samastavena Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govindabhidam Ujjvalam Bharatanam Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwagurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Prem Noe Bija Pradam Devam Divyatanum Sushanda Varanam Balarka Chelan Shitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyamburim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Varam Manditam Shubharam Mareka Sharanam Nyashishwara Shridaram Vanshakopatarubyasya Kripasindubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Garga Samhita by Sri Garga Muni, and I'm going to reread chapters 1 and 2 because this translation is better than. Okay, this is by Kushakratha Prabhu, and this is Canto 1, Goloka-khanda, and this is chapter 1, description of Sri Krishna's glories. Before reciting this Garga Samhita, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva. In the core of my heart, I place the splendid lotus feet of Radha's Lord. The lotus feet of the Lord eclipse the glory of autumn lotuses, are served by hosts of sages in the forms of bumblebees, are marked with the symbols of lightning and a lotus, are decorated with golden anklets, and vanquish the threefold miseries of the devotees. May Srila Vyasadeva, the son of Satyavati, who enjoys pastimes at Ashram, who is the foremost of men, who drinks the transcendental nectar of the glory of Lord Krishna's lotus face, and who is an incarnation of the Lord who carries the Shanga bow, protect my words. Once Sri Garga Muni, a brilliant and powerful master of yoga, went to see Shaunaka Muni. Upon seeing the arrival of Garga Muni, Shaunaka and the other sages quickly stood up and then worshipped him by washing his feet and presenting many offerings, as was the custom. Sri Shaunaka said, "The auspicious travels of saintly devotees bring enlightenment to the ignorant householders, who are mostly engaged in mundane affairs, oblivious to their real self-interest. It is a saintly devotee, and not the sun, that removes the darkness within people's hearts. Therefore, O great sage, kindly destroy the doubt that plagues my heart. How often does Lord Vishnu descend to this world of birth and death?" Sri Garga Muni replied, "O Brahman, you have asked a most worthy question. Any description of the Lord's transcendental qualities brings auspiciousness to those who hear, speak, and inquire. In this regard, an ancient history is related, the hearing of which destroys all kinds of sin. In this regard, an ancient history is related, the hearing of which destroys all kinds of sins. Long ago in the kingdom of Mithila, there lived a powerful king named Bahulashva, who was peaceful at heart, free from false ego, and a great devotee of Lord Krishna. One day Narad Muni came to see King Bahulashva. With great veneration, the king worshipped the sage amongst the demigods, offered him a seat, and then, with palms respectfully joined, said, "O wise one, please tell me why the beginningless Supreme Person, who is beyond this material energy, appears within this world in his original transcendental form." Narad Muni replied, "To protect the cows, devotees, demigods, and Vedas, Lord Hari, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, places his transcendental form and pastimes in this world. As a magician is not bewildered by his own tricks, although others may be bewildered, so the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not bewildered by the display of his illusory potency, although others are certainly bewildered." Sri Bahulashva asked, "How often does Lord Vishnu descend to this world to protect the devotees? O sage, kindly tell me." Narad Muni said, "In the Smriti Shastra, the great sages, led by Vyasa, explain that the Lord descends in 6 kinds of forms: Amshamsha, a part of a part; Amsha, a part; Avesh, entrance into a jiva; Kala, a full part; Purna, full; and Paripurnatama, most full." Or you could also say, Kala is a full part; Purna, a fuller part; and Paripurnatama, most full. The Amshamsha incarnations begin with Marichi. The Amsha incarnations begin with Brahma. The Kala incarnations begin with Kapila and Kurma. And the Avesh incarnations begin with Parshuram. The Purna incarnations are Nrsinga, Rama, Lord Hari, the ruler of Svetadvip. The Purusha incarnations are Nrsinga, Rama, Lord Hari, the ruler of Svetadvip, Vaikuntha, Yagya, and Narayan. The Paripurnatama form of the Lord is Sri Krishna, who is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the master of countless universes, and he is splendidly manifest in the realm of Goloka. The Amsha incarnations oversee the execution of the Lord's mission in this world. The Amshamsha incarnations perform the work of executing those missions. O King, regarding the various Avesh incarnations, Lord Vishnu enters a jiva, executes his mission, and then departs. Millennium after millennium, Lord Hari's Kala incarnations establish the principle of religion and then disappear. The Purna incarnations include the forms known as Chaturvyuha. They are said to be the reservoir of heroic prowess and the 9 rasas. Other authorities say that the form of the Lord, where all powers and glories exist in full, is his Paripurnatama form, the original form of the Lord. The transcendental qualities that we see distributed among the Lord's Purna incarnations are all present in the Lord's original Paripurnatama form. The Lord's Paripurnatama form is Sri Krishna and no other form. Coming to this world to execute his mission, he actually executes millions of missions. He is perfect and complete. He is the oldest. He is the most exalted of all exalted personalities. He is greater than the greatest. He is the Supreme Person. I take shelter of that Lord who is full of bliss, who is a jewel mine of mercy, and who is a jewel mine of transcendental virtues. King Bahulashva became very happy while listening to Narad's words. Overcome by feelings of love, the hair of his body stood erect due to ecstasy. While wiping his tear-filled eyes, the king said, Why did Sri Krishna, the original Paripurnatama form of the Lord, come to the land of Bharata and reside at Dwarka? O Brahman, O great sage, please narrate the transcendental pastimes of the master of Goloka and describe to me that beautiful realm Goloka. Narad Muni said, when one visits many holy places of pilgrimage and devotedly performs 100 years of austerities, he will attain the association of devotees. Thereafter, he will attain the association of Sri Krishna. When, with my heart melting due to love, will I think, I am the servant of the servants of Sri Krishna's servants? Will the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whom even the general demigods cannot attain, appear before me? O tiger among kings, you are most fortunate because Sri Krishna loves and honors you. In fact, the Lord of the devotees will come here and reveal himself to you. Lord Janardan, the master of the Brahmins, remembers both Shrutadeva and yourself. Oh, what good fortune the devotees at Dwarka possess. So that's chapter 1. Now I'm going to read chapter 2, description of the abode of Sri Goloka. Narad Muni said, one who has a tongue but does not glorify the most glorious Sri Krishna is a fool. Even if he somehow approaches the stairway to liberation, he will not be able to climb it. Now I will describe to you Sri Krishna's appearance on the earth during the Varaha Kalpa. Please listen attentively to what transpired. Long ago, when the earth was overburdened by many Daityas, Danavas, and demoniac human kings, she assumed the form of a cow, and while trembling and with tears in her eyes, she went and took shelter of Lord Brahma. After listening to the earth's tale of woe, Lord Brahma comforted her. Then, accompanied by Lord Shiva and the other chiefs of the demigods, he took her and went to Lord Hari's palace in Vaikuntha. Lord Brahma bowed down before the four-armed Lord Vishnu and described the earth's plight. After hearing everything, the husband of the goddess of fortune spoke to Brahma and the other aggrieved demigods. O residents of heaven, without Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the master of countless universes, the all-perfect one who is above the demigods, and the enjoyer of transcendental pastimes, this burden of the earth cannot be removed. You should therefore approach him in his eternal abode without delay. Lord Brahma said, I do not know anyone greater and more perfect than you. My dear Lord, if there is such a person, please reveal him to us. Lord Hari then revealed to all the demigods a spiritual river flowing through the hole that Lord Vamana made in the universal coverings with his toenail. Going by boat on this river, the demigods left the universe. After leaving the universe far behind, they could see it to be like a round kutaja fruit far below them. So I saw a picture of kutaja fruit. It's like yellowish gold and it has 3 sections. So after leaving, they left through the river that's flowing through the hole in the universe that Lord Vamana's toenails had been opened. So after leaving the universe far behind, they could see it to be like a round kutaja fruit far below them. Thereafter, when the demigods saw the other universes, which were also like many kutaja fruits, bobbing on the surface of the water of the Karana ocean, they became surprised and somewhat frightened, not understanding what they were. Millions of yojanas higher, the demigods came to 8 very charming cities, adorned with glistening jewel-like groves. Higher still, the demigods saw the Viraja river's splendid shore, which was splashed by waves that were as white as milk. After seeing the Viraja river, the demigods entered a city whose splendor rivaled countless millions of suns. Then, as they gazed at this city's splendor, the demigods became overpowered by the intense effulgence. At that time, by Lord Vishnu's order, Lord Brahma offered his obeisances to that effulgence and began to meditate upon it. Thereafter, in that circle of light, Lord Brahma and the other demigods could see a transcendently peaceful realm. They could see a transcendently peaceful realm. Thereafter, when they saw a very wonderful white lotus upon which was seated Lord Sesha, having 1,000 heads, they bowed down to offer their respects to him. On Lord Sesha's head was the transcendental realm of Goloka, which is worshipped by all within the three worlds, which is a realm where time, the conqueror of the proud, does not prevail, and where illusion, the material mind, heart, intelligence, and ego, material transformations, and the Mahat Tattva cannot enter. How then could the three modes of material nature have any effect there? Sri Krishna's associates stood at the entrance. Their forms were exceedingly beautiful. Sri Krishna's associates stood at the entrance. Their forms were exceedingly beautiful, more beautiful than Kamadeva. The demigods said, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, all the protectors of the planets, and the demigods headed by Indra have come here to see Sri Krishna. Actually, these doorkeepers were girls who were in a friendly relationship with the Lord. They went inside the palace and informed Sri Krishna that he had visitors. Then a girlfriend of Sri Krishna's named Shatachandranana, who was dressed in yellow garments and held a stick in her hand, came out of the palace and asked the demigods what they wanted. Sri Satachandranana inquired, Of what universe are you demigods the rulers? Tell me, and I shall go inform the Lord at once. The demigods replied, We have not seen any other universes. We know only one universe. O beautiful one, as far as we know, there is no universe beyond ours. Sri Shatachandranana said, O Brahma, millions of universes bob up and down on the surface of the Karana ocean. As you are the demigods of one universe, so in each universe there are many demigods. However, you do not even know their names, and so what to speak of meet them? Never leaving your little home, you remain satisfied with a stunted mind. You know only one universe, but living entities are born in many universes, like mosquitoes inside many udambara fruits. Being mocked in this way, the demigods remained silent. Seeing them be intimidated in this way, Lord Vishnu said, We stay in the universe where Lord Prishnigarbha descended, the universe that was cracked by Lord Trivikram's toenail. After hearing this, that was cracked by Lord Trivikram's toenail. After hearing this, Shatachandranana praised Lord Vishnu for some time and then again entered the palace. Upon her return, she gave the demigods permission to enter. Thereafter, when the demigods entered the palace, they were able to see Goloka, where the kingdom mountains Govardhan, which was filled with many cows and gopis garlanded with forest flowers. Thereafter, when the demigods entered the palace, they were able to see Goloka, where the kingdom mountains Govardhan, which was filled with many cows and gopis garlanded with forest flowers, which was decorated with rasa dance circles, which was splendidly manifest, and which was where the dark Yamuna river meandered at will. its shores paved with lapis lazuli steps and decorated with millions of gazebos. The demigods saw the forest of Vrindavan, which was filled with wonderful trees and creepers, appearing most glorious, with countless bees and colorful birds, and the banyan tree, where Lord Krishna played his flute, was splendidly manifested. A cool breeze gently blew, carrying the pollen of many thousand petaled lotuses to the shore. In the middle of Vrindavan is the Lord's personal realm of 32 forests, which is surrounded by walls and moats and is the site of a reddish courtyard having eternal banyan trees. The courtyard is surrounded by 7 walls made of rubies. There are awnings decorated with strands of pearls, appearing like many millions of moons, and the splendid flags wave in the breeze. There were seen pathways that appeared to be paved with flowers, and the singing of many bees, numerous maddened peacocks and cuckoos was heard. Many women were seen as effulgent as 100 moons, wearing sunrise earrings, walking about as they wished, noticing their beautiful faces reflected in the jewels, running in the jeweled courtyard, decorated with necklaces, bracelets, and tinkling ankle bells, and appearing most splendid with jewels in their hair. At door after door, there were seen millions and millions of beautiful cows, as glorious as white mountains, decorated with glittering ornaments, young, full of milk, endowed with good character and great beauty, their tails yellowish, and appearing to be personifications of happiness as they walked about with their calves, who were decorated with tiny bells, their bells and anklets tinkling, appearing splendid with golden necklaces and flower garlands, and their horns covered with gold. These cows were of many different wonderful colors, some pink, some green, some red, some yellow, some black, some smoke-colored, and some the color of cuckoos. These cows give oceans of milk, are marked with the signs of youth, leap like deer, and are very beautiful and decorated with many calves. Wandering among the cows were many great bulls, opulent with long horns and necks, and appearing to be very pious. Also seen were many handsome cowherd boys carrying flutes and holding sticks. With their charming melodies, they were singing about Krishna's pastimes. After bowing down to offer respects, the demigods entered the Lord's personal forest grove, which was 1,000-petal lotus appearing as a great circle of light. Above that was a 16-petal lotus, above that an 8-petal lotus, and above that a long path leading to 3 stairways. There the demigods saw, seated on a splendid throne bedecked with beautiful Kaustuba jewels, Sri Radha and Krishna, surrounded by 8 splendid gopi friends headed by Mohini, and served by 8 gopas headed by Sridham. In their hands were diamond-handled chamaras, as glorious as swans, and millions of parasols appearing like millions of moons. Lord Krishna's left arm was decorated with Sri Radhika. His right foot was bent as he wished. He held a flute and smiled gently and gracefully, his eyebrows enchanting hosts of Kamadevas. Krishna looked splendid, like a newly formed rain cloud. His large eyes appeared like lotus petals. His arms were long, and he wore yellow garments. On his chest hung a beautiful forest garland filled with the sounds of intoxicated bees. Lord Krishna appeared splendid, with nice bracelets, anklets, and a belt. He wore a glittering, charming, and various. He had a glittering, charming, and very glorious smile. Appeared most handsome with the mark of Sripad, and a jewel placed in his curly locks of hair. He appeared most attractive, wearing a crown, necklace, armlets, and earrings, being very happy, as if merged in an ocean of ecstasy. Their eyes brimming with tears, the demigods joined their palms and bowed their heads, offering obeisances to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we'll read one more chapter. Read chapter 3. Okay. Chapter 3, the description of the Lord's appearance. Sri Bahulashva said, O sage, what did the demigods do when they saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, who is greater than the greatest? Sri Narada said, as all of the demigods looked on, Lord Hari, the eight-armed master of Vaikuntha, appeared and then merged into the body of Lord Krishna. The ferocious and powerful Lord Nrsimha, who was effulgent as millions of suns, then merged into Lord Krishna's effulgence. Next, the master of Sradadri, who possessed 1,000 arms, arrived, riding on a splendid chariot drawn by 100,000 horses, appearing incredibly opulent, with many weapons, accompanied by the goddess of fortune, and served by many associates. He suddenly also merged into the body of Sri Krishna. Next, the lotus-eyed Lord Ramachandra came in a golden chariot that was effulgent as 100 million suns. The chariot produced a great rumbling sound with its 10,000 wheels. It was decorated with 10,000 flags and pulled by 10,000 horses. He held a bow and arrow and looked most glorious along with Sita. He was accompanied by his brothers and countless monkey warriors, and he was worshipped with the waving of chamras. Suddenly, Lord Ramachandra merged into the body of Lord Krishna. Next, Lord Yagya arrived in a wonderful chariot accompanied by his consort Daruka. He also suddenly merged into the body of Lord Krishna. Then Lord Narayan appeared, having large eyes, 4 arms, and was dressed as a sage. He appeared splendid, like a dark cloud. His matted hair resembled a flash of lightning, and he observed an unbroken vow of celibacy, while surrounded by multitudes of foremost sages. Lord Narayan suddenly merged in the handsome dark form of Lord Krishna. As everyone looked on, their hearts filled with wonder. The demigods could now understand that Sri Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. With his newfound realization, the demigods offered their prayers. Our obeisances to Sri Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, greater than the greatest, the master of sacrifices, the cause of all causes, the lover of Radha, the most perfect, and the Lord of Goloka. The masters of yoga say that you are the Brahman effulgence, whereas the great devotees say that you have a form. The masters of yoga say that you are the Brahman effulgence, whereas the great devotees say that you have a form. Today we have understood your lotus feet. Our obeisances unto you, the master of the Brahman effulgence. We take shelter of you, the unborn Supreme Lord, who is free from the material modes, who is beyond the world of matter, and who cannot be described by materially conceived words. The greatest philosophers are unable to describe you, either directly, indirectly, or by the most oblique hint. Some teach that you are the greatest. Some say that you are time. Some preach that you are the sum total of everything. Some describe you as karma. Some say that you are the foremost yogi, whereas others say that you are the original cause. We take shelter of you, who cannot be perfectly known by all of these words. O Lord, those who reject the auspicious service of your lotus feet and instead visit holy places, perform sacrifices and austerities, and try to cultivate spiritual knowledge, are defeated by a host of obstacles. How miserably they fail. What request shall we place before you today? Pure-hearted devotees, whose forms are not material, simply offer respectful obeisances unto you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who, as the witness of everything, resides in everyone's heart. O Lord, you are a necklace of moons that Sri Radha places over her heart. You are the source of life for the gopis' eyes. You are a flag over Goloka. You are the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. O Lord, please protect us, the demigods, from all calamities. O Master of Vrindavan, O King of Braja, O Lord, who enjoys cowherd pastimes eternally, O Lord of Radha, O Master of all great philosophers, O Lifter of Govardhan Hill, O Lord, who can accomplish any impossible task, please save us. In a voice that resounded like thunder, Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the King of Gokula, replied to the demigods who lay prostrate before him. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Shiva and other demigods, hear my words. By my order, you and your wives should appear by your Amsha expansions in the family of the Yadus on the earth. I will also descend to remove the earth's burden as you desire. I will also appear as a member of the Yadu dynasty. The Vedas are my words, the Brahmins are my mouth, the cows are my body, you demigods are my limbs, and my devotees are the life breath within my heart. Millennium after millennium, whenever the blasphemers impede religion, sacrifice, and mercy, I descend myself. When her husband, Lord Krishna, the master of the universes, finished speaking, Sri Radha, who was overcome with fear of being separated from him, appearing like a flowering vine burning in a great forest fire, weeping, trembling, about to faint, and her bodily hair standing on end, spoke as follows. Go to the earth and remove its burden. Hear my great vow. O Lord of my life, when you are gone, I will not maintain my life. If you do not believe my words, I will say them once more. If you go, then my life, which is yearning to depart, will become like camphor dust. The Supreme Personality of God has said, I will take you with me, O Radha, do not lament. I will remove the earth's burden and ensure your words do not prove false. Sri Radha said, my heart cannot be happy where there is no Vrindavan forest, no Yamuna river, and no Govardhan hill. Upon hearing this, Lord Krishna sent Govardhan hill, the Yamuna river, and a 47 krosha portion of his abode to the earth. After bowing down along with the other demigods, Lord Brahma asked Lord Krishna, where on the earth should I appear? Where will you appear? Where should the other demigods be born? What will be our names? The Supreme Personality of God has said, I will appear as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. My transcendental Kala expansion, Sesha, will appear as the son of Rohini. The goddess of fortune will appear as Bhishmaka's daughter, Rukmini. Lord Shiva's consort will appear as Jambavati. Tulsi will be born as Satya, and Varundara will be born as Satyabhama. Let's see. The goddess of fortune will appear as Bhishmaka's daughter Rukmini. Lord Shiva's consort will appear as Jambavati. Tulsi will be born as Satya, and Vasudhara will be born as Satyabhama. Dakshina will appear as Lakshmana. Viraja will appear as Kalindi. Ri will be born as Bhadra, and Janavi, who destroys all sins, will be born as Mitravinda. Appearing as the son of Rukmini, Kamadeva will be known as Pradyumna. You will appear as his son. The Vasudrona will be born as Nanda, and Dara will appear as Yashoda. Suchandra will be born as Vrishabhanu, and his wife Kalavati will appear in these pastimes as Kirti. From her, Radha will be born. Again and again, I will perform the rasa dance in Vraja with the gopis. So that's the end of chapter 3. I'm going to sing Hari Haraya now, and then I have a Zoom meeting. Okay. So let's see. Hari Haraya Namah Krishna Jaravaya Namah Jaravaya Maravaya Keshavaya Namah Gopal Govinda Ram Shimadu Sudan Giridhari Gopinatha Maranaman Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Janardan Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vinda Gopala Bhatta Dasaranuna Eshai Gosai Kori Janardan Jai Devijnana Shavista Puran Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Jo Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Tilak Neri Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Nirmavacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Vishvavaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Kusham Ashram Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Ram Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Koladvip Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Sevasham Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan Sham Kana Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai. Shri Purushottama Dham Ki Jai. Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Jo Ki Jai. Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya Shri Nrsinga Dev Ki Jai. Bhakta Prabhara Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Sripad Bhakti Raman Madhav Maharaj Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.